Every photo you've ever taken was captured upside down inside your camera. The image lands on the sensor inverted, and software quickly flips it before your eye ever sees it. And before you feel betrayed by your camera, your eyes do the exact same thing. The image on the back of your eyeball right now is upside down. Your brain flips it. You have never once seen the world right side up. Today, we find out why light does this, and how a piece of curved glass tames it, and why Hollywood's biggest movies are shot on a camera so extreme only a couple dozens exist on Earth. By the end, you'll see that a $10 disposable camera and a $1 million IMAX rig are kind of the same machine. But first, like every great story, we have to start with a problem. Light is a crowd, billions of rays flying in straight lines in every direction at once. Every point of every object around you is spraying rays everywhere. Point a bare sensor at the world, and every seat gets hit by light from everywhere. Total chaos, pure white noise. It's a photo of nothing. So here's the oldest trick in optics, and it needs zero glass. Put a wall in front of the sensor with one tiny hole in it. Now the crowd can't flood in. The hole is a door that emits one ray path per seat. That means that light from the top of a tree can only reach a low seat, and light from the ground can only reach a high seat. Every point in the world gets exactly one seat, and the whole image assembles itself, sharp and organized and upside down. Because straight lines through a hole cross. That's it. That's why every camera and your eyeballs sees the world flipped. It's geometry. It's doing it for free. This is a real thing you can build, by the way. A shoebox, a pen, and a dark room. People were doing this thousands of years ago. The catch, one person at a time, is a terrible way to fill a stadium. Pinhole images are organized, but desperately dim. We need the whole crowd. We need glass. And here's the secret about glass. Light slows down inside it, and slowing down makes light turn. Picture a row of runners, side by side, sprinting off pavement into deep mud at an angle. The runner who hits the mud first, slows first, and the whole line pivots toward them. That's refraction. Light doesn't decide to bend, it gets dragged into bending every time it crosses in the glass at an angle. But now if you shape the glass deliberately, thick in the middle and thin at the edges, and something beautiful happens. Every ray hits the surface at a slightly different angle, so every ray bends at a slightly different amount, and the whole unruly crowd converges on a single point. The focal point. A lens is not magic, a lens is choreography. A shape that bends thousands of rays, so each one lands in its assigned seat. All the brightness of the wide open crowd, all the organization of the pinhole. And yes, the rays still cross on the way. The image still lands upside down. Some things are just built into geometry. But you don't always want the whole crowd. This is an aperture, an adjustable ring of blades that opens and closes like a pupil, because it is a pupil. Your eye's been running the exact nightclub policy your whole life. In a dark room, your pupil opens wide. It lets everyone in. On a bright day, your pupil clamps down. It's VIPs only. The bouncer is able to control two things. Brightness, obviously, but also something stranger. Depth of field. Open the aperture wide, and only your subject is sharp while the background melts into blur. Close it down, and everything from your shoes to the mountain snaps into focus. One ring with two superpowers. And a quick warning about the labels. Aperture sizes are written as F numbers, and a smaller number means a bigger hole. F2 is huge. F16 is tiny. Now, there's a real mathematical reason behind this, but I'd rather not get into it in this video. So one curved piece of glass solves everything? Well, not quite, because every single lens, it lies a little. Lie number one, colors. White light is a crowd of colors traveling together, and glass bends each color by a slightly different amount. Blue gets dragged harder than red. It's exactly how a prism makes rainbows, except in every camera, it means every color lands in a slightly different seat, and your photo grows ugly purple fringes around the edges. Lie number 2, shape. A simple lens focuses the middle of the image and smears the corners, bowing straight lines into curves. So how do you fix a lying lens? You hire more glass. A second element, shaped to bend the colors back together. A third to flatten the field, and a fourth to clean up what a third one broke. Modern camera lens has 10, 15, maybe even 17 different pieces of glass inside. And here's the part I love. Only a couple of them form the image. The rest are just apologies. A great lens is one good idea, followed by 16 corrections, which is a little relatable. But now, everything we've built herds the crowds to its seats. So how do you make the image better? Better glass helps, but there's a blunter weapon. Build a bigger stadium. More seats means more photons captured, means more information, and more detail. This is the real reason professional cameras are huge. It's not snobbery, it's seating capacity. And the biggest stadium in the business is IMAX. A normal movie is shot on a frame about the size of your thumbnail. An IMAX 70mm film frame is roughly 9 times that area. So big, they run the film sideways through the camera just to fit it in. The detail captured is estimated at the equivalent of well over 12K digital resolution. Your TV is 4K. And the machines that shoot it, they're mechanical beasts, so loud the actors can barely record dialogue over them. So rare that only a couple dozens exist on the planet. When a director like Christopher Nolan shoots an IMAX film, they're not buying a sharper lens. They're renting the biggest stadium ever built for light, and inviting every photon into the building. And that's it. An adjustable bouncer, a self-focusing lens, a curved sensor with 100 million seats, and an upside-down image that's flipped in post-processing. But that's not just an IMAX camera. That's your eye. Iris, lens, retina, brain. You've been carrying all of these since birth. Engineers bottle the seating chart into the Thin's lens equation. 1 over the focal length equals 1 over the object's distance plus 1 over the image distance. And that one line of math runs every camera, telescope, microscope, and eyeball on Earth. So the next time you're sitting in a theater watching the new Spider-Man, watch what's actually happening. Light bounces off a giant screen, races across the room, gets bent by the lens in your eye, and lands upside down in your retina. And your brain flips it in real time, faster than you can blink. You're not watching Spider-Man swing through the city. You're running the most advanced camera ever built, and you don't even have to think about it. The real masterpiece is the camera you were born with, so make sure to enjoy it. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching.